Okay, so with the Tupac All Eyes on Me biopic, I came across for Vibe magazine that they recreated the original magazine covers that the actual Tupac done. So I thought it'd be good to analyze those to see then the comparison from the recreated to the originals. Um, so Vibe magazine is a music and an entertainment magazine, and it was founded by Quincy Jones, where they issued the last magazine in 2014. Um, but then it was revitalized and went online. Um, with this being a music-based magazine, it would have been impossible for them not to essentially have a um, cover page of Tupac that involves a biopic in some type of way. It's not actually Tupac in the cover photo; it's an actor, Demetrius Ship. They went across the board in presenting a remake of several Vibe magazine covers of Tupac, of the original ones, and then dismissed his ship, obviously recreating it. Um, so this would have created immense excitement about the release of the biopic, with them recreating the original magazine covers. Um, Cam Kirk was the photographer who recreated these images, and at first he said he felt quite nervous by it, but in the end he found it pretty easy producing the recreation. I guess he probably felt nervous because he didn't want to mess something up that was so important to essentially get right and get the message across in the same way as they were trying to get it across before. Um, we see with the behind the scenes video of the production of the shoot that they were changing the effects on the picture with Tupac wearing the bandana, um, and the appliance of makeup. So yeah, we see them applying makeup, so his facial features were similar to Tupac's, and we do see that um, they overall are considering the composition and the exact look because they're looking at the original magazine covers at the same time where they're doing his makeup and stuff and making sure that they know the right facial expression he's putting. It shows they didn't want to disrespect Tupac by forming the recreation differently, and shows their professionalism on getting it exact. Um, this is so they are making an identical replication, obviously. The representation of mise en scene throughout all three cover shoots were amazing, I felt. The clenched jaw symbolises the anger within being withheld. The innocence look deep within the eyes, capturing you, make you feel sorry that he's labelled as someone of a bad influence to children and the cause of violence. The clothing, especially for one, for one where he's tied up. Um, with this, the magazine cover makes the audience relive the time when they saw that exact magazine cover and what Tupac was going through, since they had conducted some interviews and photo shoots while Tupac was in prison as well. Um, it also shows a man who has been treated badly by police um, due to potentially his colour of his skin and the music and lyrics he produced, which was seen as pretty obscene. Um, the colour of the backgrounds are really strong, I felt. The use of purple making the cover have a strong presentation since it's rich and vibrant. The colours are all empty, and the backgrounds are empty, just with the base colour, so you don't lose track of the main spotlight of the cover photo of the magazine cover. With the cover where Tupac is tied up, um, there's dirt marks across the wall, adding to the way he's been treated as a criminal and someone who is danger to America um, in some people's perception. But it also shows the hardship of his upbringing, that it was never just an easy route to being to the top. It was constant, just being put down, and lots of roadblocks in the way. It can be seen as him. It can be seen as he is the mold in the music industry, that he's been spread to society. So something that's obviously not what you want. but in a way, it was what they wanted. Tupac's fans obviously wouldn't have liked it, but it was still really powerful in what they were presenting. It was done from a standpoint of, well, I felt it was done from the standpoint of people against Tupac in what he does, causing uproar and attention. The empty background illuminates him from the rest of the people in rap and the world. He is in his own path of greatness, and he has his own mindset, not following the crowds, but leading it instead. Um, there's a crisp and high standard quality to the photographs, detailing every part of the face. There's a higher quality of the recreated images, but that's generally just due to the advancement in digital cameras and the pixels they've now reached. There's more of a rough look on the original formats, with the third recreation where he's wearing the bandana. The original is more of a black and white format with a slight grasp of colouring, whereas the recreation has a green and like brown filter on it, making it look retro and vintage, but not in the same form as the original. They've, I think they felt that they needed to add a filter to produce a more vintage and old style, so the photo didn't look modern. Uh, they chose to use the same text as the same size and the same style font from the original in every magazine cover. Uh, White is a very common color used for text, and it's seen here. The connotation of white is pure cleanliness, uh, which is which still goes against the perception of Tupac um, from a wider standpoint. It's obviously not the exact truth, but that's what it was sort of seen as. Um, by this, it shows that possibly he, in his mind, feels he's every action he takes is the right action and the best action. The text stands out and is spaced out, so it's easy to read. The words used leave you open for discussion, which is essentially what they want, because they want you to then go and dive into the magazine. Yeah, and then the recreations are, well, I think the recreations are great for the promotion of the biopic, and this goes further than the it goes further than the biopic in a way. People go back and watch videos of Tupac and listen to more of his music by just being reminded of his effect in music by seeing the magazine covers. This being recreated will cause people to share it with their friends and family, where they would talk about the difference in both and there being a biopic made for Tupac as well. This will essentially enhance the views on the trailer and then essentially add the backstage scenes footage that's been shared online. And it would also increase Vibe magazine's views as well, because people then go to the website, and then it will all essentially then go towards the actual biopic as well. Vibe magazine also has a huge following from music, and they are already established in the industry, so people will. So there's a lot of their following already seeing it, which will they will then share it. Tupac is iconic, and there's been a recreation of his the recreation of the photo shoots definitely helped advertise the biopic. Overall, I think they done a great job in recreating the magazine cover, making us relive the moments when Tupac was alive, and make us appreciate what he done for music, even though he had a lot of negativity on him in his career. Uh, the photo shoot made the biopic even more surreal because it showed they wanted to make sure the actor truly felt he was in the mindset of Tupac. He done this as a whole character by reading Shakespeare and watching videos as well. Um, he mentioned this in the little interview they were given at the same time. And he was watching videos from the Panthers as well. So he was even more in depth in the mindset. Um, this re- this recreation created a lot of hype across the internet, creating an even larger exposure for them, resulting in ultimately more views, and then enhancing their viewing for the actual biopic as well. It also signals to the audience that they are going to go to lengths to make sure the character felt fully in the zone of Tupac, and that they were reliving the actual events, and they wanted to also show that they are going into real detail to make sure that they create the perfect biopic as well. But yeah, that was just my analysis on seeing this, because I thought it was very interesting to see, and I wanted to talk about how they represented and how they recreated the magazine covers.